us. Our weather team coverage picks up with our Scott Broom. He is live in Westernport, Maryland. It's one of the regions that has seen the most flooding. At one point, they even saw 5 feet of water in some areas. And Scott, I understand you found a true story of determination.
Well, we sure did. You know, the school here had to be evacuated, 100 kids, and you can see behind me the aftermath as people are mucking out dozens and dozens of blocks here in Westernport, which has really been the epicenter of the flooding in Allegheny County in western Maryland. But that school, yesterday, when this flood was on, had more than 100 kids trapped inside. Let me take you back, because there is this iconic photograph that's come out of this that literally at this point millions of people have seen on social media. A man carrying his kid out of school. Before authorities were able to get there, they were hoping to keep the school locked down and eventually evacuated by boats, thanks to some of the people here with the volunteer fire company. I wanted to track that individual down. The photo attracted so much attention. His name is Dustin Nash. I was able to find him today with his daughter, and we spoke just a short time ago. Here's some of what Dustin had to say.
We still had no idea that it was flooded. Nobody called us or nothing. We saw Main Street. I just panicked. That's when we first saw the parking lot. And I just thought, what every other parent would think, I had to get to my daughter, so that's what I did. I jumped over the fence, got to my daughter, and got her out of there.
How is she doing?
She was fine until we got outside to come back across, and then she got a little nervous.
Yeah.
I was scared.
Were you glad he came and got you?
Yeah. I was really glad and thankful that he came and got me.
I'm not going to sit around and wait for somebody else to come get my kid.
Yeah. I know a lot of other parents wanted to do the same and they were unable to. What are your thoughts for them?
Thoughts for them is I just got there in time. It got worse afterwards, so I just reacted. That's the only thought I had, was get my little girl out of there. It's unbelievable. First time in my lifetime I've ever seen a flood like that.
Dustin Nash, his 9-year-old daughter Aria, talking about their ordeal yesterday. Eventually, boats were brought in, and the other children in the building, more than 100, and all the teachers were taken out by boat. And the aftermath here in Westernport today is just mud, more mud, ruined cars, and lots of cleaning up with lots and lots of shoveling. That photograph attracted a lot of interest as well and a lot of conversation, because really the rescuers were hoping, because they felt like that school building was secure and it has several levels on it, that probably the safest thing to do was to keep everybody in place, because they felt like the building was secure and would stand, and there were upper levels. And you know, we often talk about turn around, don't drown, don't go into floodwaters, and in the end, there's been quite a bit of conversation about what Mr. Nash and at least one other father we saw in photographs decided to do. But those people are not being critical of him and his instincts. He did what a dad would want to do in an exceptionally dangerous situation that this entire town is recovering from. And after all of that, and after all that we've seen today, here in Allegheny County, Maryland, where the impact has been not just this town, but many towns up and down Route 36 and Georges Creek, there was not a single significant injury that's been reported by authorities, and nobody died in all this. And a lot of people were trying to move around in vehicles and get out of these floodwaters. I think a lot of people who know about floods feel like it was a miracle that nobody got killed. So the cleanup continues here in Westernport this afternoon. We'll continue to bring you stories. At 5 o'clock this evening, going to introduce you to some more hometown heroes who lost their vehicles while they were out trying to defend the town. They just had to leave their vehicles behind and go to work with both the volunteer fire department and town officials with the loaders. And they did it at great sacrifice to themselves and the loss of their vehicles and lots of other property. That's the situation here in Westernport this evening. One last look. That's the front of the volunteer firehouse that was flooded out. The library around the corner completely flooded out. Town hall largely destroyed. Maintenance facilities here destroyed. Dozens and dozens of homes and uncounted vehicles. And the numbers have not been counted up yet. Reporting live in Westernport, Maryland, Allegheny County, intersection of Georges Creek and the Potomac River. Scott Broom, WUSA 9, back to you.
You know, just to see Mr. Nash and his daughter doing well, smiling, I think so many of us could resonate with the feeling of just wanting to keep someone you love safe, and that's the instinct that he did act on. Scott, thank you for bringing us that story. We'll check in with you in a bit.